Hi, in this short video I'm gonna speak about the mind and its importance. So the mind is our gift from our Lord, and the mind is what distinguish us from the rest of the animal, because all animals and all beings on our earth doesn't have the mind which we have. So it is our big advantage, and it is important to use the mind. I think the way you use your mind, the way you use your mind, it will okay the it identify where you will be in the future, in the future. So sometimes there is or I noticed that some people doesn't use their mind, and they let another body to think about to think instead them, and tell them what they must to do, and they just follow that. So sometimes they follow that to the death, or maybe to the hell. So it is serious to use your mind, and never let anybody think instead of you. You only yourself have to think where you will be, and you will only the person will take the responsibility of the consequences. So you use your mind, although if you also if the conditions around you force you to swim against the tide. Okay, and so I think there is one wisdom from Tunis, and I agree completely with him. He study all the conditions around us, especially around us as Arabs. He study all the conditions meticulously, and he came to conclusion that there isn't any or it is significant there isn't any significant university in the world, or in the entire world, that teach people how to use their mind accurately and properly. So it is important to have that university, because it will be the start of awareness, of teach people the importance of being aware and using their minds. And of course I want to speak about the bad habits, and how I think everybody we all agree that we have good habits and bad habits, and we all aim to change our bad habits to good habits, but not everybody managed to do that. I myself identify some bad habits, and I always claim to change it. I managed to change some bad habits to good habits, but not all. I need time, and I have to think carefully and make a plan using my mind. And I think in the future I will, if Allah's will, I will change my bad habits to the good habits that I identify like alternatives So of course there is bad habits. I want to change it to another habits, okay, to alternatives. For example, I want to change just wasting my time watching videos on YouTube that aren't so important, to use this time, or this free time, or spare time, to do sport, okay. And eventually I want to speak about our enemies, and how we have to use our minds to come up with some reasonable ways to fight, and to fight our enemies, and beat them up. Our enemy is Satan, demon, and it is important to come up with good with well thought ways that help us to face him, and stand against them, and against its trick, and never let ourselves to trap in its trap, of course. Finally, as a result from the above, I can conclude the following: that the mind is our big advantage, and we have to use it properly. Otherwise we will we will go against the reason, and there will be somebody else will think about, okay, would think instead of us, and only the God where where they will take us. So it is important to use our mind properly. Okay, thank you, goodbye.